Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the new Google Pixel 2. So let's quickly get started. The box of the Pixel 2 is quite iconic with Google's own branding and brand positioning. As you can see on the back of the box, it says #Team Pixel. So all of those guys who are using or getting on board with the Pixel will probably use that hashtag. This one is a 64GB variant and this costs rupees 61,000 here in India. Let's go on ahead and cut through the packaging and see what all is inside the box. So the first thing inside the box is the Pixel 2 itself. Now this is very sleek and compared to last year's Pixel, it's more squared off on the edges. It feels nicer in the hand and has this matte finish aluminum back panel. So it is an aluminum back panel, but it has a dual or a hybrid coating on it. So it's got a plastic coating which kind of feels rugged and rough a little bit. So it feels really nice in the hand and gives the phone a good amount of grip. If you go further in, you also get this USB to USB-C OTG adapter. Now this will allow you to transfer information, and what Google is saying is that you transfer your information from other devices to get set up with the Google Pixel 2 if that's what you want. If you go further in, you do get additional documentation that you would need, some safety information from the Pixel 2 along with a SIM ejector tool. Further inside the box is a USB-C to USB-C cable for charging as well as data syncing, and then you also get a USB-C to 3.5mm audio dongle. This will allow you to connect your headphones since the Pixel 2 is now missing a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is kind of strange because last year they made fun of the iPhone for not having a headphone jack. You will also get a Quick Charge 3 enabled charger inside the box, and that will complete your unboxing experience. It's time to take a look at the device itself. Over at the front of the Pixel 2, you get an 8-megapixel camera. This camera has a 1.4 micron pixel size, an f2.4 aperture, but it is a fixed focus camera and it will capture 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Below that, you have a 5-inch display. Now this is what Google is calling the cinematic display. It's a 1920 by 1080p display with an AMOLED screen. It gives you a 441 pixels per inch. You do get 2.5D Corning Gorilla Glass 5 along with dual stereo forward firing speakers. Now they've removed the speakers from last year and made them stereo forward firing speakers, and hence you get a large bezel on the top as well as the bottom of the Pixel 2, and at least it's a good use of the bezel space. On the bottom of the device is a USB Type-C port along with the main microphone. On the right are your volume buttons along with the power button. On the top is the secondary noise cancellation microphone, and over at the left is where your SIM tray is. It's a standard nano SIM tray. Now over at the back is a 12.2 megapixel camera. This camera also has a 1.4 micron pixel size but an f1.8 aperture. This time around you get optical image stabilization paired up with Google's own electronic image stabilization. You can capture 4K video at 30 frames per second and 1080p video at 120 frames per second. Now the back is very iconic with the original Pixel's design, so you do get a half and a half sort of design with a glass panel up top and a metal body in the bottom area. The Pixel imprint fingerprint sensor also sits in the aluminum part of the back panel with the Google logo at the bottom, and that basically completes the overview of the device. On the inside, you do get a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 along with the Adreno 540 GPU. You do get 4GB of RAM along with 64GB or 128GB of onboard storage, depending on which capacity you want. Both are available. The battery on the Pixel 2 is a 2700 mAh battery, and you also get interesting features on the inside of the phone. So one of the primary features of the phone is the fact that it runs Android 8 Oreo out of the box. The setup is fairly simplistic, and while you're doing the setup, you can set up your fingerprint sensor along with the ability to transfer information from your previous phone, including iPhones, directly onto the Pixel 2. So the phone enables that during the setup process. Now you can call out your Google Assistant by pressing on the edges, much like the HTC U11, where you just squeeze from the side and you get access directly to the Google Assistant. Now this is something that you can set up and customize according to your requirements. So if you're enabling it accidentally, you might want to increase the pressure threshold so that you need to press slightly harder to enable the assistant. Now, the camera interface on the Pixel 2 is also completely reworked, and Google has removed any sort of manual mode from the Pixel 2 because they want you to use the machine learning of the device to give you the best possible picture. They also have a whole host of features enabled with a hardware chip that is already in the Pixel 2, which they want to turn on with a software update later on to give you better HDR and dynamic range in your images. Image stabilization seems to be really good, along with video capture, which also seems to be on point on the Pixel 2. So as always, as far as cameras are concerned, the Pixel 2 is a really good option, again with Android being one of the priorities of the Pixel 2. Another one of the highlighted features of the Google Pixel 2 is the Now Playing capability, which basically recognizes whatever music is playing around you and displays it on the screen of the phone. Now, this does not send any information across your internet connection to get that information. It is already on the Pixel 2. So it'll keep updating the latest songs directly on the device and recognizing music directly. So it's unlike apps like Shazam, which use the internet to detect and utilize the information to find the music. In this scenario, the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL will detect the music directly on the device. So if you've not already subscribed to iGyaan, make sure you do that and turn on the bell notification icon. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to check out the Pixel 2, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. This has been Bharat. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.